Hello guys, this is Nidhi, your host for today. I hope you are doing great and staying safe. Welcome to yet another session to help you hone your knowledge and do better in your professional life. Today we are discussing all about Instagram and its utility to scale your business. As usual, today's event is brought to you by Designhill, world's leading creative marketplace that caters to the creative needs of businesses and individuals alike, who can source high quality designs from professional designers and buy unique products created by independent artists. So, moving ahead, let me introduce our speaker for today. We have with us Agata Palwak. Agata is a content creator, social media manager, and co founder of Cruise Creative Media. She has ran this organization very successfully for the past few years that provides digital content creation and marketing to companies. It helps businesses all over the world connect with their customers. Cruise Creative specializes in video and live video content and produce and manage live streams, video podcasts, and virtual events. Agata is based out of Santa Cruz, Spain. Thank you for joining us today, Agata. How do you feel to be here?
Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here. I'm super excited for today's session and I can't wait to get cracking.
We are equally excited. Thank you so much for taking out the time and being here with us today. Great. Before we start the session, guys, as usual, we have a lot of announcements, not a lot of announcements, but a couple of announcements for you. We are giving away certificates to the attendees who will stick till the end of the session. You just can't miss on this chance, so please stay tuned till the end. Also, do take screenshot of this event, put it on your Twitter handle, use hashtag Designhill Events, tag Designhill DH and Cruise Creative, that is Agata's business profile. The Twitter handles will be in the chat box in a minute. One lucky winner will have a chance to win a PrintShop gift card worth $50. Having said that, let's quickly look at what Designhill is all about.
Need to get your parents off your back? Head to the world's #1 creative marketplace, Designhill.
When I started my photography business, I needed something that said this was more than just a hobby. It's not a hobby, Mom. That's why I went to Designhill and got an amazing logo super fast at a price I could afford. The process was easy using Designhill's logo maker. Just enter the name of your business, then pick out a number of designs that inspire you. I'll pick this one and that one looks cute. Then pick your colors or let the system decide. Add some more info like a slogan, the industry your business is in, and your budget. The logo maker, using machine learning and artificial intelligence, will design thousands of logo variants that you can choose from and adapt. In fact, I was able to get everything from business cards to t-shirt design and complete social media kit, all with the click of a button. With that, I'm all set. Now everyone I meet knows I'm a legit photographer. Even my mom. It's real. That's decaf.
Let the world know it's real and build your brand with Designhill.
All right, that was all about Designhill, and we are set to start the session now. If you have anything that you would like to ask Agata, guys, do put it under the questions tab. We have rolled out a few polls as well in the poll section. Do not forget to answer them. So Agata, let's begin with the session. Over to you. You can present your screen and you will have to unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted now.
Yeah.
Super excited. Let's get cracking, everybody. I'm super excited for today's session. I see that some of you are already joining in from Philippines, Trinidad and Tobago, Indonesia. Amazing. I'm so happy that you guys are here with me. And as you have heard, feel free to ask questions. Today's presentation is going to be quite beginner level, but if you have any more advanced questions, don't be afraid to ask them. Now, let's go through what we're going to be talking about today. So your key takeaways from this session. First of all, how to set up your business profile for success. Second, how to create actually engaging photos and videos for Instagram to make sure that you have the most engaged, amazing audience. Then we're going to be talking about how to get the best from Instagram stories and reels, which is quite a hot subject at the minute. So we're going to go through that, a little bit about hashtag optimization and tracking your Instagram performance. So let's go to the next slide. So why should you actually set your Instagram profile for business? And should everybody do that? First of all, if you have any sort of business that is visual, Instagram is a place for you. There is always a big debate whether, specific business can benefit from Instagram, or maybe should other platforms be better for them. So, you might think, okay, maybe, LinkedIn or Facebook or Pinterest would be better for my business. But if you operate any sort of visual product or a product that can be visually shown, then you can do it. So for example, we have many examples of this. It can be bakery, it can be coffee shop, restaurant, clothing, fitness, influencer, but it also can be services. So if you, for example, I don't know, if you're a removals company, so you help people move their homes, right? You can make pictures of that, you can make pictures of people, you're a handyman, you're repairing stuff, everything that can be produced, shown visually rather, and it's going to have place on Instagram business. So for sure, if you have anything whatsoever that can be shown visually, Instagram is for you. So that is the first step. Now, why Instagram business profile instead of doing everything from your normal profile? First of all, you have access to analytics as soon as you switch to your business profile. So you are able to find out your follower growth, your age range of your followers, top cities, your reach, and you can also see which posts are performing the best and which ones are performing the worst. Everything a little bit more in depth. Oh, actually, we have already a question. Let me already answer this question. Is dental market used in Instagram? Absolutely. And I challenge you to do #dentist or whatever is your specific hashtag that you're doing, and check on Instagram what is going to be shown. So this is one of the great examples. You do dental Instagram and you do business because, as we said, you have analytics. Now, thankfully, also analytics have just changed in the past week. So I'm very excited about that because they're even more in depth. Now, the other thing that you can do is to add action button. So you can put your email address, you can put phone number, or just your physical address, depending on what is the most important for your business, right? How do you want people to contact you? Or is it for you the most important because, for example, you're a coffee shop, you want to make sure that they can physically find your store. So that is super important. So that's another reason, analytics and action button. Third, you can run ads. And as we know, unfortunately, on social media recently, organic reach is being a little bit, slowly decreasing. So it's a good thing that you can sometimes run ads, because maybe you have an event in your business that, you really want to promote. Maybe there is a specific date or there's a specific time of the year that you want your, product or service to be sold. So then you can, no problem, run ads on Instagram, which you cannot do from your private profile. Another one is third-party app integration. And if you're thinking about doing Instagram for business, seriously, I'm guessing that you are not going to want to think about what you're going to post every day, run around while running your business and think about, oh my God, I have to make this picture for Instagram. I'm really guessing that what you're going to want to do is plan ahead and just forget about it for the time. So batch create. So third-party app integration is allowing you to do that. So you can schedule content. You can use either Facebook's own Creator Studio that is integrated with Instagram, by the way. Still my favorite, because there are certain features that only Facebook allows you when you're scheduling to Instagram, like adding custom covers for the Square videos, etc. But also you can, of course, plug in your custom schedulers like Buffer, Hootsuite, Content Studio, whatever, Planoly later, you name it. Another thing is that you can get a swipe up feature. That is only if you are gonna, grow to plus 10,000 followers. And then you will be able to, in your story, have that little swipe up that will then send people to your website or a specific landing page or whatever you want it to be, maybe YouTube video, whatever you want it to be. And another thing is that you can tag products. So if you have physical product, you will be able to tag your product and actually now also integrate it with the store directly in the app of Instagram. So if you sell some sort of merch or sell some sort of physical product, you are able to do that. So I'm sure you saw it when you're scrolling down your feed. You can click on the picture and it's literally tagging the specific products, and you can do multiple products at the same time. So it is a great way. And also, of course, if you're using Shopify, you can then integrate it with all sorts of drop shipping options to make your business easier and to grow a little bit faster. So basically, you can turn your feed into your online shop. We have a couple of questions. Let me check it out. I work for a water utility company. I don't know if I can bring them onto the screen, I don't think. I work for a utility company and we have accounts for 3 social media platforms. Would you say that it is necessary to share the same content across all 3 platforms? No. But let me come back to this question a little bit later, and I will address it a little bit more in depth.
We will actually take the questions towards the end of the session,
Yes.
all of them together. Yes.
Okay. So I can leave them for now, just in case something is asking about the specific thing that I'm presenting. I'm going to stop that. But how to switch to your Instagram account? You will have my presentation on Designhill website as well, so you will be able to download it. So don't worry if you don't follow all the steps at the minute, right? So how to switch to your business profile? You're going to have to open your app, go to the drop-down hamburger menu, click settings, goes to account, and go to business account. You will also see that the other option is creator's account, but creator's account has a little subtle differences, and this is more if you're a YouTuber, an influencer. It has a little bit different call to action, so instead of email me, it might be different stuff, right? Contact us, and it looks a little bit different. So that's how you open your business account. And how to set up your bio. I could probably talk about bio by itself for another hour, but I'm not going to. We're going to go very, very basic. So first of all, it is very, very important, and Instagram is actually changing quite a lot their functionalities. And again, they did a little change last week. So your what was I going to say? Your bio is even more searchable than it ever was before. So you can actually put as your name, instead of putting your general, you can see that here on the screen, sorry, I had to change that. You can see that we actually have social media management. So you can put as your name your actual service, because now it works as a keyword. So if someone is searching for a dentist, they might not search for someone with your particular brand name, right? So they might be searching for a dentist in your area, they might be searching for an interior designer. So it's very important in your first line to actually write what it is that you do, because it works as a keyword. Now, very important thing again is to use only first 4 lines, because after that, everything is going to be hidden and you're going to have a little 3 dots. So majority of people never click on that. And actually you will end up, losing your precious real estate. So make sure that you only use first 4. Now, make sure that you also include a call to action so that you send people wherever you want them to be sent. So for example, if you have a website, can be your website, can be your YouTube channel, whatever it is, you can actually put it in the last line. And the good thing is that you don't need to just include 1 link. If there is anything very, very peculiar or particular that you have on a specific time, as I said, maybe you're releasing your product, you're releasing your service, etc., you might link directly just to this 1 thing, just not to confuse people. Otherwise, you can use something like Linktree, you can use Smart Bio, etc. That will allow you to actually have more links than just 1. And if you can see how Smart Bio looks like. So you have all sorts of links that you can actually be using to send people into different directions, right? So you can send people, like I did this today, to Designhill. You can send them to your website. You can maybe send them to your another appearances or another special things that are happening in your business that are relevant. Now, the next point is going to be creating engaging photos and videos for Instagram. And I want to pause a little bit here because this is probably the most important thing for Instagram for business if you want to be successful in your business. 1 thing, it is to create a content regularly. And 1 thing is to create content that works and that is engaging. So first thing that you have to think about is actually to make a content that will fit your brand guidelines. So majority of time, when we open the business, we get our logo, we get our color scheme, we get our typography, so our fonts. And it's super important to think with each and every one of your posts, will the person who sees it recognize it's me? And there are a lot of companies and a lot of businesses that actually don't follow brand guidelines. And it's very unfortunate, because what ends up happening is that, even people who want to follow you, even for people who want to see all of your posts, they're just skimmed through because they cannot, on split second recognize. There is the whole reason why branding is so important. There are specific colors that signify certain things, like we have yellow and gray and black, which is kind of, alert. So definitely that brings attention. But depending on the business you are in, of course, your colors are going to be different. Here we had a little video from Adidas, and that actually you can see that they're using quite pastel colors, and they use mixture of different kinds of content as well. So very important to keep to your color palette and stick to your style. Another thing is to include engaging captions. Now, again, it's hard to say one general rule overall. However, engaging captions might mean something a little bit different in each of your niches, right? Or niches. So, for example, if you want to be your quite like young, vibrant, business, you might want to, play on memes. You might want to play on specific jokes that are around. Maybe you want to be a little bit controversial. Maybe you want to be new, funny. Kind of look at things from a different perspective. Or maybe you are in a very like a gentle business. I don't know, you're a coach, you're a life coach, for example. And, you speak about serious issues in people's lives that you help with. And maybe you want to make your caption to be more like a storytelling. So you can tell people, the story of from your specific life and how you have solved it. Or it might be just something. If you're a very physically based business, as we said before, a dentist or something like that, you can share the wins in your, in your company. You can share the stories that actually happened. Like someone came with a very difficult case and how you have solved it and how you can solve it. I think that very important thing to remember about social media, it is social. And it is something that majority of people forget about. I know it sounds maybe funny, but majority of people do forget that social media is social. So we actually have to be seen a little bit more like people than we are seen on our websites, for example. So the language on social media will be not as dry as it is normally on the websites, right? So it's not only, I am offering this discount, 20% finish. You have to actually think that you are talking to your friend. If you're talking to your friend, how would you say something great about your service? It would be like, you won't believe what happened. This person came, they had this issue, and we actually solved it. So do that. Speak every time you write a caption. Make sure that you write it in a way like you would be speaking to your friend, or how you would want people to speak between each other about your product. Because it's super important, because it is all communication. What happens is when you scroll through Instagram, especially if you have quite a long caption, your first 2 lines are the most important, and they should be catching attention. Our attention span on Instagram was measured for something like maximum 6 seconds. So you have, and for someone to give you this 6 seconds, you still have, this little part of a second when they have to actually stop and look. And think about yourself, how you're actually scrolling on Instagram and how fast you're scanning through the things. So the first actual sentence is going to be super important. And then when they, open it up, it's very important to keep them interested so they read through. Why is it important that we come a little bit to really slight just comment about the algorithm, that the longest the person spent on your post, so either it is because it is a video, so by default, if they watch from the beginning to end, they're going to spend 60 seconds, let's say, or it is a carousel, so it is multiple pictures that they go through, or it is in your caption. The longer a person spends on your post, the better it will perform. So it means that Instagram is going to push it to more people later. So it's super important not to just do, buy now, 20% off, do. Put some time into caption. They're more important than you think. Then another thing is to keep the consistent schedule. So very important. What a lot of people do when they start Instagram is that they go all in. They're like, yes, I'm motivated. I'm going to be putting stuff 7 times a week or 5 times a week, and I'm going to keep at it. And it ends up being more complicated than you think. So I would say consistency is more important than frequency. So you should rather decide at the beginning to put 2 posts a week, 3 posts a week, ideally on Instagram minimum, 2-3 posts, and do it consistently for a few weeks. But make sure that those posts are really thought through. And if you can keep it up for a month and you see, okay, actually, I have a little extra time where I could do a little bit more posts, add 1 post a week. So for example, first you're going to do Monday and Thursday, then add Wednesday, or add something on the weekend, depend, of course, to which demographics you're catering to. It is crucial because, again, algorithm reads and try to interpret your behavior at all times. So if you put 5 posts 1 week and nothing next week, your performance is going to be worse. It is better to be consistent than to put more. Of course, the best results you're going to be having if you post consistently and a lot and fantastic quality. But we know if we're running our own businesses, it's not always the case. And I would say quality and consistency are the most important thing, and only that, then the frequency. Another thing is, of course, as I said, include engaging content. But when I talk about it, I want to add one more thing, and it is that include video. Video is the most engaging type of content that exists. Video or live video, stories, etc. Again, social media is social. People want to see people behind the scenes. Not everybody likes it. Not everybody likes being on video. And if you absolutely hate it, but you tried it and you still hate it, I'll let you off the hook. However, video and actually talking to the people on the other side of the camera will get you more engaged audience than ever before. And being authentic. You know, authenticity is a big buzzword this last few years. And it is that for a reason. I mean, in the previous year, we all have been all of a sudden on video calls, even those people who, even those who, you know, have never been on camera before, right? We all of a sudden had the people in corporations have to work on Zoom. But that changed the mindset of people, because now everybody is okay with having their hair like this, you know, working from home with their kids running around in the background. And that is actually what people like. People want you to be human that owns a business. And I think in a second, I'm actually going to have a fantastic example of that. I'm a big fan. So this, a little Instagram that you have on the side, is Instagram delicious guilty free. Now, I used to be keto. I'm not keto at the minute, but I used to be keto, and I love this couple so much. Promise you, not sponsored. They live in UK. I cannot even get their stuff, but I watch them closely. Why? Because, for example, what they do is they are tired in the evening. They just have been baking the new type of keto cake. And they literally are sweaty from the kitchen, and they're like, guys, going live, right? Guys, I need to ask you something, because I know that you like these cakes. Would you be interested, you know, to have a bigger, you know, bigger kind of like a tray with a cake or not? Or the other one's like, oh, I'm knackered today because I've been baking this stuff for you. But look, I'm writing you handwritten notes. They involve people into their business. And it works so well that even though I can't get these cakes here, I love to watch them. And this is something that you want. And they have this, actually, this video was taken a while ago, so they have much bigger following. But being yourself and involving people in your business is super important. Now, a lot of people will say, I don't want to do that, you know, be on social and record these weird videos and like talking to ourselves. And that's because you never think that the numbers, the likes that you get are actual people. So if you would have those people coming in your store or in your physical location, again, dentist, whatever it is, they go into your place of work and they're like, I like what you do. Now imagine that 30 people on one day came into your store and was like, I like what you do. And then you see 30 likes and it means nothing. Those are 30 actual people that like what you do. And those people, when they come, it's very funny actually how it happens. It happened to us in Cruise Creative Media, how people think that they know you, which is amazing, because we have 2 examples. of the people who used to follow us, and we started having conversation with them, video chat. Sometimes we do some collaboration, or one of them actually moved to Tenerife, and it's bizarre feeling because they meet you and they feel like they know you. From the other side, it can be quite weird, but they do know you, and the conversation is different, and you stray deeper into this connection. So of course, if we go to business, and if we go how it's profitable for your business, it will move you a little bit on loyal customer sale. So don't underestimate that. Now let's actually go through setting your content goals. So if you're thinking about content goals, when you're planning your content, you should probably have a list like that in front of you. You can of course adapt. Oh, sorry, I see a few questions in the general chat. I'll answer them later. So you can do a list like that. You can, of course, when you're going to get in the swing of things, you're going to adapt it to your particular business. But what you can do is showcase your products or services. You can have the actual posts. Their goal is to build community, right? So you might be able to share something about you, just so they feel that they know you. You can share your picture, say the story of how you started your business, right? Then you can increase awareness of your brand, where you're going to be highlighting a product or a service that you do. You can showcase your company culture and values. So I don't know, all of you meeting every week to do something. Maybe someone has birthday and you take time, to celebrate it, stuff like that. Advertise to potential customers. So of course, you should have also those posts that actually send people directly to buy from you. You should have something that increases your brand loyalty. So for example, you can also have offers for your existing clients, not only for your new clients. We have a great example here on Tenerife. We have electric scooters that you can rent by the minute. So what they do every week is they put a little graphic with a question, and you have to guess the word, and that word, that is a coupon for a few euros for you to be able to use the scooters. So everybody who already is using their service is waiting every week to be able to get this extra promo, right? So this is like loyalty retention marketing, if you will. And then you have share your company news and updates, and of course, maybe your structure have changed, maybe you moved, maybe whatever it is, new product, etc., etc. So that's quite a few things that you can do. Now we're going, I saw someone was actually talking about it in the chat. We're going to be talking about Instagram Reels and stories. So what you can do in your stories, the video we're going to pause for the minute. Stories are super important, and if you can, it would be amazing if you could appear on the stories as often as possible without worrying too much what happens. You can, what works really well, I don't know, for example, for coaches, but for small business owners as well, tell them the plan of your day so people kind of know how your business works. People love that. We love reality TV, so we also love to know how business is working. Like, morning, we have a meeting with a contractor, we're rebuilding, then we have a meeting with a client, then we have 3 patients, whatever it is, right? But you share your face, hopefully, and you actually say it like you would say it to a friend again. Now, you can use stickers to increase engagement, so you can ask people questions, you can do polls, you can create countdowns, you can do all sorts of stuff to make people more engaged. And also, very often, those stories that do have those stickers perform better, which means that more people actually see your story, which is all that we want. Now, what did I miss here? Use stickers, create branded story highlights. Yes, that's very important. As you can see on top of that little screenshot, you should also create a highlights. And it's a great thing to utilize because highlights are the place where you can have your stories forever. So let's say you had a specific event and you recorded few stories. Maybe you recorded how the event was going. Maybe you were explaining the event, etc., etc. But you want for your future customers, when they come in, to see that you have done something like that, right? And how it went, how it looked like, and everything like that. I know you are a wedding planner, right? And you record few stories about the wedding, and you put them into wedding planning highlight. You brand them with your colors, you make sure that they stand out. And those stories, even though they were super easy to do and they usually just take few seconds, are there forever as a content, as a relatable, real, raw content for your people to actually, engage with. Now you can, another thing that you can do if you don't have time always to actually, post something original every day, because we all know as business owners that the days can get busy, then try at least to establish a community in a way that you're going to share the posts from your peers. So for example, for me, right, being a social media manager and content creator, I would find on some of my industries, someone who is in my industry, who's social media manager, maybe graphic designer, or maybe something like that, amazing post when they give you, I don't know, 3 great tips for creating shadows in Canva. And I'm going to reshare that, I'm going to tag them. And this way, I'm also creating a nice community within my peers. So not only with my clients, but within my peers, because I appreciate what they do. There is no, on social media, there shouldn't be like bang on competition. It should be like more like cooperation. So I like what you do, I'm going to share it. And who knows, maybe one day you will share one of mine. So this way you can also eventually increase your reach. Because don't forget that those peers also have their own following. So if I share their posts, they're going to be grateful because my following saw their post. And in the future, if they do the same for me, more eyeballs on my posts, more possible clients, etc., etc. So this is also a very good thing to do. Another thing that you can do is to optimize and customize your graphics in Canva. So there's a little trick. You can actually follow us on Instagram. You have everything in the chat. And there's a little trick when you can, even if you're sharing your own post to the story, you can actually swap a background to be your branded background. It takes a little bit of playing, but you can find this reel, by the way, on my Instagram. But you can make either custom graphics or add some music and animate something, or you can just use the same post and do a specific graphic in the background. Now, reels. I have to see how much slides I have left because I want to talk about reels. Reels are big now, and if reels, you definitely should be using reels, but you can use reels in a different way. Now let me switch to the next slide. That is going to be talking a little bit more about reels. You can see one of my reel right there. So how to get the best of reels. Now I want to debunk one thing. Reels are not just funny people dancing. You can adapt the reel to whatever you are doing in your business. So if you, in every business that you have, you can educate people about what you do. You're a handyman, you can give an advice, which wooden flooring to choose for your balcony. You can literally talk about it in 15 seconds. The best flooring to choose for the balcony, in my opinion, is tiles, because they're easy to clean and they're easy to put down, whatever. I'm clearly not a handyman. But you can actually turn it in a 15-second video. Make sure that you provide, that you have a hook at the beginning, that you provide value, and you can also make them funny if you feel like you are a funny type of person. You don't have to. You can do them quite strict. You can also do a reel of 15 seconds, showing your renovation in your office or whatever it is. So the good thing about reels is that nowadays they have really good reach, which means a lot of people see them. They're very quick and biteable pieces of information. You can also use reels in a way of repurposing your content, which means that if I, for example, have this, right, Designhill, or I have any other presentation that I'm giving, I could take one sentence, crop it up, 15 seconds, use it as a reel, right? Use the things that you already have, repurpose everything that you already have, and you can also use it as reels to have a better reach. So again, using the snippets of the old videos, etc. So this was a little funny video about people asking if you should do reels. Yes, you should do reels if you can. I'm very much against saying that everybody has to do everything, because I know how it works working with a lot of clients when people start doing things that they absolutely hate. Because you are not going to do them well. You're not going to do them good because you hate it. It's simple as that. So it's very, very important to play to your strengths as well as you can. Challenge yourself, go out of your comfort zone slightly. And I have whole another thing about starting to be confident on camera. So if you ever need any advice in that, contact me. and we can talk about it. Now we're going to go through hashtag optimization. And again, hashtags is again completely
Agata?
different topic. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I think it's a good time to take a mid-roll because hashtag optimization to start with is going to take some time.
Yeah.
And we're already 35 minutes into the session. Let's grab a glass of water again. You've been speaking for a long time, and we will be right back.
Yes.
So guys, I can see a lot of questions. Keep them coming in, please. And I'm sure everyone is enjoying this insightful session. Stay tuned. We will be back to hear more from Agata.
Looking to get your boss to remember your name? Head to the world's #1 creative marketplace, Designhill.
When my company promoted me to head up our latest real estate development project, I was excited, then anxious, then petrified. How was I going to hire the team, get the designs completed, and design beautiful presentation materials on our lean budget while impressing my bosses, some of whom are still learning my name?
Good job, Mitch.
My name's Lawrence. That's why I went to Designhill and got the design help I needed that fit within my company's brand guidelines. The process was simple. Designhill's design contest ensured I'd get a ton of results I'd love. Start by picking a number of designs that inspire you. This one's good, and that one. This one speaks to me. Then share some information about the project. Lastly, pick a package that fits your budget. Do you just want a logo, or do you want it all? Then, boom. I got more than 60 custom design options to choose from, as well as all the other graphic design assets I wanted. And it's all backed by Designhill's 100% money-back guarantee. If I don't find a design I like, I get my money back. You can't lose. Now I have what I need to make a splash at my meetings, with everything from business cards, pamphlets, posters, and more. It's real.
Let the world know it's real and build your brand with Designhill.
Right. We're going back.
Yes, you're back again. You can continue with the session. Yes.
Yes, thank you. It was amazing advert. Now let's go back to a little bit more boring subject, which is hashtag optimization. Now, again, you're going to get this PDF, whether it is through the link that you actually have in the comments now, where I also offer you free Facebook for Business video, so you can go there, but also on the Designhill page. So this I'm going to just skim through on top because, as I said, it's quite a lengthy subject. But what you can do to make sure that you're using a good hashtags is that, first of all, find good accounts in your niche. Check what hashtags they're using. Try to find someone that is similar size to you, similar size of following, and try to find the hashtags that you think are going to work for you. Very important thing, don't repeat the same hashtags over and over because apparently it's frowned upon on Instagram through the algorithm again. So you might actually end up having lower reach than you would otherwise. Use up to 30 hashtags. So 30 hashtags is maximum that you can use on Instagram, and try to use actually maximum or as much as you can, because every hashtag is additional chance to be seen. Like there were some people, there were times when they were saying like, oh yeah, use only 15, but it turned out not to be true. If you do 30, you have better chance that you can actually be seen. If you're using hashtags for Reels, actually, you can use bigger hashtags, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So hashtags that normally you would have a difficult time to rank on, you can use on Reels because Reels are new and there are not enough Reels in each subject. And so what you can do is to create a few sets of 15 hashtags and mix and match them if you want to. But the few types of hashtags that you should be thinking about is your specific product or service hashtag. So for example, hashtag handbag, your niche one. So hashtag blogger, hashtag, I don't know, dentist, hashtag gardener, community or industry, gardeners of Instagram, great. Special event, Christmas 2021, probably will be this year. Location, hashtag Tenerife, or branded like hashtag cruise creative, right? So those are the few types of hashtags. Now, here you also have written for you to check meta hashtags. I really like that page for researching hashtags. It's absolutely free, no spons. So on there, you can not only see, normally when you research hashtags, and I'm going to be talking about it in a minute, you're going to see the overall number of the hashtags, of the post on each hashtag. So for example, if you're going to put hashtag Tenerife, where I'm at now, you will see that there will be, I don't know, 5 million posts. However, as we can expect, the last year, the frequency of posting on this hashtag was not as big due to our situation in the world. And then you actually had a chance to rank on that. So meta hashtags show you the frequency of posting. So for example, if it shows you that there is 5,000 posts on the specific hashtags, skip it. But if it's something like 60, you might still be chance to be seen. Because if you go to your Instagram and you put hashtag whatever you want to, and if you click search, you're going to see all the posts on this specific hashtag. Now refresh a few times and see how quickly those posts are exchanged. And that will give you an indication of how difficult it will be for people to see your post on that specific hashtag. In general, if you're starting, you can start just with that and researching your Instagram hashtags just directly on Instagram. So make sure that you have 50% of easy hashtags, so with posts less than 50,000, then around 30% middle hashtags from 100 to 500,000, then 15% of hard ones, and then 5% of those that are ranking quite high. The reason for that is, again, depending on the size of your business, Adidas can do hashtag sneakers and they will rank for it as a top post. But, if you're someone who's selling shoes in a small town in England, you probably won't be able to. So always make sure that you also adapt them as you go to the size of your business. And I also really like the tool that is called Flick. Again, not sponsored. I tried it once. You have, I think, 2-week trial. And that actually shows you your hashtag performance. So that is another tip. Now I'm going to quickly skim through that analytics. Analytics actually slightly changed recently. So with analytics, you can go, once you have a business profile, you can go to your analytics and you will see, your impressions, account activity, top posts, top stories, all the information that you need to see how your posts have actually performed. So you can go to your specific posts and see which are the top, which got the most comments, which got the most saves, which one got the most shares, etc. And you can see how many posts, which posts reach the most people. So it's probably something like, they read this longer caption and then the Instagram pushed it to even more people. And also how do people find it? Then you can see your content interactions. So you will see your likes, comments, saves, story interactions, IGTV interactions, and top posts. And also now, from last week, you are able to see the performance of your reels, which before were not included in insights, which is super valuable now because everybody is on the reels. So you can actually do those things. Now, also the good thing is that you can see those weekly and you can see them from past 30 days. So make sure that in your plan, when you're scheduling content, you also schedule the time to actually write those down to be able to see how your Instagram is developing and are you doing things right? Or maybe you choose a different strategy that didn't work that well. Always check and adapt for the future. And of course, at the bottom of the insights, you have a little bit information about your demographics. So you can see your overall growth. You can see the location by cities and by countries to where people follow you from. Super important, especially if you are a physical business. So as I said, if you're a coffee shop, located in Indonesia, and you see that you have people who follow you from, I don't know, somewhere in Portugal, it might not be ideal, and you might have to think, how did they find me? Did I put any hashtag, like general hashtag coffee, where people from Portugal are finding me? Maybe I want to put a little bit more location hashtags for people to find me from my location, because those are the people who actually have a chance to become my customers. Then you have age and gender and most active times, and that will also indicate to you, especially most active times, where to post on Instagram. And usually you should post around 15 minutes before your peak time. So here we have 6 p.m., 5:45 is a great moment to post. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Here you have the QR code to connect to me on LinkedIn. So you can just take your mobile now, scan it, and you will connect to me on LinkedIn. You have my email, you have my Instagram, and wherever you're ready, I can do Q&A.
Amazing. I loved that presentation, and we have a lot of questions in the questions tab, and I will try my best, guys. We always keep listening from the audiences that we do not take all the questions, guys. We absolutely try our best, but it's just that we want to cover almost every subject that is a part of the presentation and the session, the subject. So we will start taking questions, and I'm gonna
Should I
cancel.
stop sharing?
Sorry.
Should I stop sharing the presentation?
Yes, and then
Yes.
maybe we can have you on the screen, not even me, but you.
Right.
All
Should I
right.
take questions from the question tab then?
Let me recite it for you, and the
Yes.
questions will appear on your screen.
Fantastic.
So I think the dental market question you have already answered.
Yes.
The question would be is by Tiffany. Um, I work for a water utility company, and we have accounts for 3 social media platforms. Would you say that it is necessary to share the same content across all 3 platforms?
No. This is going to be very quick, and I'm going to tell you why. The thing is, each platform has its own specificity, let's say. And you will see that I did Facebook for business as well. LinkedIn is also completely different beast. And you have to also think, Pinterest, etc. You have to think what kind of audience you have on which type of platform. You might, sometimes it is the easiest if it makes sense to share the same content throughout the platforms. But other times you might choose to, I don't know, maybe on Facebook or on LinkedIn, put a little article that is going to be relevant, something new in your business, instead of putting this funny graphic that maybe belongs more to Instagram. It is important to know that Instagram also has quite a young demographic. So yeah, for example, comparing Instagram to LinkedIn, LinkedIn is going to be very much business and a little bit more professional language. Instagram is maybe a little bit hip and funny. So always think about who you're talking to and would that content suit them. But it is no problem to have completely different strategies for different platforms.
All right. Quickly moving to the next question, which is by Aldi. I work freelance. I work if someone needs me, but something bothers me that is the algorithm of a platform which makes me confused. Okay, because it's a bit tricky and fickle. Do you have any suggestions?
Sorry, I have to read that again. I work a freelance work, so if someone needs me with something bothers me, algorithm. Okay, with algorithm, there's all this talk about algorithm, but you always have to think about, yeah, it's good to know how our algorithm works, but there is always people on the other side of the screen. If you're going to be you and you're going to be funny as you, because that's another thing that you have to think about. The only thing that makes you different from other people is who you are. Like everybody else can learn to do nice graphics. There are probably other people who do your craft and do it equally well. The other thing is who you are. So make sure that you present this, make sure that you're uniquely you. And for that reason, the algorithm is always going to be on your side, because if you actually create engaging stuff for people like you, then the algorithm is going to push it to more people. It's as simple as that. People overthink algorithm, especially at the very beginning stages. When you're already far in the journey, you might want to tweak some stuff a little bit. But at the beginning, think who you're talking to, address people's pain points of your audience, and make sure that you talk as you would have talked to your actual client and as you. And that should get you everywhere.
All right. So another question is by Isha: how to convert followers into paying clients?
That is also completely different beast, but let me do it quickly. When I was talking about the mixture of content, that every content should have very specific goal. So if your goal, for example, is I have a new product or I have a new service coming out, make sure that you announce it, but that you mix it in with other content. Nobody likes to be sold to all the time. So make sure, there is one person who actually talks about the seasons. So make sure that you have a season of visibility, I think she calls it. So where you're actually interacting with people and making them engage and bring them in on the journey. And then in the other part, a little bit later, you will start to talk about your product. You will start to talk about which pain points it actually is addressing. If you have any oppositions, like people like, oh, that's too expensive, you're maybe explaining a little bit more why it is like that. And then at the last season, you're going for it. So once in a while, you're going to offer them to actually go to the link in your bio, and then you send them wherever you want. You might want to, for example, in certain parts, just creating your emailing list, where again you can keep on nourishing that relationship and have offers for people there. You might directly want to direct them to your website when they can buy your product or your service, but make sure that you already have good connections with people before you start selling, and don't sell all the time. Give people value. It's 80-20 rule. I think even Gary Vee is saying it's like value 80%, 20% sale.
Amazing. So the next question is by Rika. I'm not sure what she's trying to ask, but she asks about Instagram planner. What's the best Instagram planner you can advise to a newbie? One that's easy to navigate and is not complicated. Do you get that? Yeah.
Yes. It's about scheduler. Yeah, Instagram planner and scheduler.
Yeah.
I would say if you don't want to invest a lot, just do Facebook's own Creator Studio. I think it's great. It gives you the most, possibilities. Now it also shows it to you in a calendar form. It would be nice to actually be able to have all the stuff like Planoly when you can preview your grid, how everything is going to work before. But for the easy, being easy to use, having all the stuff, as I mentioned, like Facebook's own Creator Studio, when you put Square video, you can put actually specific thumbnail that you made, separately that allows you to do that. You can put carousels, so you can already schedule them ahead because Instagram API, other subject, doesn't allow that in other third-party tools. So if you have multiple picture posts, you can only do it through Creator Studio, and Creator Studio is easy and it's free. So go for Creator Studio. If you find yourself, finding more and more issues, then you can start something like lately Planoly. Content Studio is really good, but again, they have some limitations due to Instagram API. So what actually Instagram allows those third party to do, which is quite limited.
All right. So another question is by Imani. How do you use Instagram for email marketing?
Okay, so exactly like I said. So once in a while, you can actually direct people to a freebie. So you can create ebook. You can create, specific recording, teach them something on a video, create a webinar, whatever it is. You can create something for free and send people to your bio to attend this webinar, for example, and to access this webinar, they're going to have to put their email address, and this way you capture their emails. And then, of course, you nourish that with email marketing a little bit later. Then again, it's completely different beast. But this is how you drive your traffic from your posts to your email marketing.
All right. The next question is by Lanang. For Instagram, I use it to build my media company. We just started for 2 months and then reach was shocking. It hit 500 in the first month, but then how do we turn those reach to followers? Thanks.
How do you, let me just see it again. For Instagram, the reach was shocking. Then we turn those reach to followers. It's just about the type of content you're putting out. And also, I think that a lot of people think that your success on Instagram is going to be instant. Unfortunately, it does take time. And especially at the beginning, it does move quite slow. What you can do, if you have people that are actually engaging with your posts, so for example, people who left likes, but they never followed you, you might want to go to their profile and either engage with their content, or you can just reach out to them, like talk to people. You can DM people. That's not a problem. Don't be salesy, like, I saw you like my comment. Here is my product. No, just genuinely talk to them and see if they follow. But in general, also try to see how your content is. Do you think it's easily engaging? Maybe you're just selling too much. That's, I think, the most common thing. That people kind of like, oh, nice graphics, but why would I stay interested? Say it as again, what we were going through. Tell a story, try to keep people engaged, and reach out.
All right. There are a few questions about hashtags, but I think we've already covered it, and we are running short. We are running short of time. So I will skip it, and I will suggest all these questions about hashtags. Guys, please watch the session again, and you can always connect with Agata on her Instagram, on her social media handles. All right. So the next question is by Patricia. How can I bring the Facebook community to my Instagram page? Because I have a large community on Facebook.
Create a live video when you talk, announce it first, use something like, I don't know, StreamYard or whatever you want, or go directly live on Facebook. Talk to them about this. Hi guys, I have Instagram community. Come join me there. Make a post that is going to advertise it. Just everything that can direct people to it, and treat them as people. So literally, if they are engaged and they like you, I think going live is great because it actually shows your face and you're actually announcing something, like, how you're talking to your friends. We have something super exciting. Now we have Instagram. Come and join us there. We're going to have a lot of fun. So yeah, absolutely. Just talk to them, invite them.
All right. The next question is by Sindhu Kamal. Is it necessary to have a website for Instagram business or directly use Instagram only? I'm a clothing designer.
You don't have to have a website. I mean, overall, it's good to have a website. But if you're a clothing designer, if you're going to be selling through Instagram, you don't need to have a specific dedicated website. Maybe you want to take that step a little bit later down the road. A little bit later down the road, when your business is successful, I always think that it's another, point where people can find you. And people sometimes search for your website just as a social proof that you're a legit business, just as they check social media. Like, think how you shop for clothes, or for clothes designers. Would you directly buy from someone, or would you want to check them out somewhere? Maybe they have reviews, maybe they have Google Business, so maybe down the road, yes, but you can start without it, because of course building website is a big undertaking. But because now you can sell stuff directly on Instagram, you don't have to have a website.
Absolutely. So the next question is by Harshal. I am a graphic designer and I'm starting my Instagram business. So how can I promote my designs? I'm starting from zero.
Make cool designs and post them, and make them maybe funny, maybe make them engaging, maybe make them amazing, and just showcase them. I have a good friend who is a graphic designer. He's not really big to Instagram, funny enough, but Instagram is the perfect place for you to showcase what you want to do. Depends also what you're doing graphic design for. Always also, if you get because you can be doing graphic design for social media, but you can be doing graphic design making logos for businesses. So showcase what you are doing, but also, if you're a graphic designer, you're a creative person. Let's be honest. I'm sure you have designs that you just sit and you nibble and you put them because they look nice. Be artistic. Do some cool design. Show what you can do, and post that on Instagram. And you can always do those reels are having so much views. You can also maybe I don't know, if you're drawing like on iPad or something, you can record yourself, or just record yourself doing a design on Instagram. That's super engaging. Those reels, when designers are actually designing things or painters are painting, are getting huge viewership. So you can do something like that.
Well, speaking of graphic designing, we have another question related to it by Israr. Is it really boring for Instagram target audience to post only your work? Like, if I only post my work, will it get boring? As a graphic designer, I only post my work and I see no growth on my Instagram.
Okay, so if what you're doing is, look, here is my design, and that's it, and literally your copy says it's my design, then it is boring. So what you might do is keep on posting some of this stuff in, but you can put a story. So this company reached out to me because they were restructuring and they really wanted something super bright and engaging. So I decided to design it like that and this and that. And then another post is you actually, again, what I said, recording, doing it. And then maybe you talking about, guys, what is the most difficult about graphic design is that you actually have to think about your, what is it called, white space. This is how much I know. You have to think how you're positioning the things, because you don't want to overload stuff with, talk about your work, share your knowledge. And people always think, I don't have a knowledge to share. I don't know anything. Yes, you do. I guarantee to you that you know more than someone that is just literally starting doing what you do. So share it, share how you work, share yourself, share the every day you encounter this. It's like, something, I don't know, those two colors don't work together. Talk about it.
Right. All right. So Shalini asks, shall I use Instagram even if I have only one business, that is a coffee shop in a particular city, without any other branch anywhere else?
Absolutely. I don't see why not. Now, especially, like, all the little cute places are super trendy. It's very nice to have. Why would you only have it if you have a huge brand? The opposite. Create a community. Make sure you tag the specific district that you're actually placed in. Like, make sure that the people around you are seeing these posts. Maybe main street of, I don't know, whatever city, Santa Cruz. Maybe you're gonna put your city tags, or even district and stuff like that, to create a community around you. Absolutely.
So next question is by Jelly, and she has asked this twice. How can you establish credibility, logical, and emotional appeal in Instagram?
Credibility, logical, and emotional appeal in IG. First of all, don't overthink it. Be yourself and show what you can do, as I said. You're not going to be anywhere, wherever it is on a summit, wherever it is on a keynote, wherever it is on Instagram. You're not going to be for everybody. But if you know what you can do and you're doing it, show it, and people who are supposed to appreciate it will appreciate it. And be yourself. Like, you're not telling me that when you're meeting your friend and you actually take them, literally sit with them by a coffee and you explain your business to them, that doesn't sound credible and logical and like you know what you're doing. Your friend might not have a coffee shop. You do. So you're going to be like, oh, guess what? We got the 17 types of coffee that just came in. And, this one was better. This one was worse. And the delivery was like that. Why won't you share it? Just share exactly what you would say to your friend, and your credibility will rise because you do have the knowledge. You just don't believe in it. It will be logical and it will be engaging. Just be real.
All right. So we are going to take another last two questions for the session. And for the people asking continuously about the video content and hashtags optimization, guys, we may not cover it like specific question wise right now, but I would suggest to watch replay of this event right after the session gets over. It will be right there in your email boxes. So I will take the second last question, which is by Sherilyn. How to initiate when reaching out a potential customer via DM.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when initiating a conversation to new people, I wonder they will feel like ordinary quota product.
Right. I think I know what it is about. How to kind of authentically reach out through DMs, not to seem like you're pushing too much. Think about real life situation, because people tend to think that social media is not real. You can, first of all, send a video using their name properly, not write to Jeff, use their name properly. Send a video in a DM and be like, hi, I saw that you actually were interested in my product. Don't sell it. It's just, I would love to meet you because I like finding out, or I saw that you're also living in my area. Oh, how nice. I would love to connect. And then just talk to them. And again, as you talk to your friend, if your friend all of a sudden comes back from the other country and they're like, you know what, I really love my coffee now. I didn't before, but I love my coffee. We'll be like, come to my coffee shop. What's the problem? Just talk to them, again, as human. Video is very powerful, and always address people by their name. Never do copy paste. Always find the specific information about them that can be relevant to them. Think about that. I'm serving that person. I'm solving this person's problem, not I'm trying to sell to everybody and I'm going to copy paste the same thing to everybody. I know that this person has that problem or that need, and I'm just going to talk to them about this by their name.
Absolutely. The last question for the day is by Anika. I have a full-time job, plus I run my business. I am not able to keep up posting regularly. Should I hire someone to run my social media?
Absolutely, you can. That's why we're here. And it is kind of time consuming. If you already know that you don't like it or you don't want to learn it, the best way is to hire someone to do that for you. Because again, social media takes more time that we like to admit, and all of those, it's not only like, you get your food in restaurant, click, delicious food, send. If you're really doing it for business, it takes a little bit longer time than that. So absolutely, if you have capability to hire someone, do that. If not, start small and start building up, and create the content, batch create.
Yes. Yes, I can't believe we have come to the end of the session, but yes, we have. We are done with almost all the questions. And again, I'm repeating, please do watch the replay of the session to know more about video content, hashtag optimization, and a lot of repeated questions that were there in the questions tab, guys. So indeed a value-packed session. There is a lot more that we could have covered and learned here. Maybe we will have Agata next time with us to take us to the next level for Instagram for business. Unfortunately, we are limited by time here. I hope you guys loved the session, because I personally did. Once again, thank you so much, Agata, for taking out time to be a part of this event. Any last thoughts?
First of all, thank you, everyone. I can see that you're writing. Thank you. Thank you, Deleuze, Annika, Justine, Aldi, Blair. I love you all. Thank you very much for being a part of this. Don't forget to connect to me. I am real human. You see how I talk normal. So DM me, follow us on Instagram, follow me on LinkedIn. I'm always available to chat to you. You also have Facebook for Business available that you have seen before. So it's completely free webinar. So go there, get it, and connect to me. And it was a big pleasure, and thank you so much for having me again.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Agata. This is not where it ends, but we have a lot more events lined up for you in the coming days for the attendees. If you guys are interested, haven't registered yet, my colleague Harshita will be putting up the link of our event section in the chat box. Please visit designhill.com/events. To watch this session and other such wonderful events, please subscribe to the YouTube channel of Designhill. The link will be again in the chat box. Please also check out the Learn page to feed your inspiration and creativity. We have a Learn page at Designhill. You can multiply your business and creative growth 10 times by learning tips, hacks, growth stories, expert advice from the industry's best. Visit Designhill Learn page at designhill.com/learn. We have recently launched some cool design tool called Designhill Studio. You can create some cool design assets for your business and for free using Designhill Studio. On that note, I would like to say bye to everyone who joined us here today. Please take care, guys, and stay safe. Thank you so much, Agata.
Thank you. Bye.